Hey, so I thought it was about time that I did another crafting DIY type video for you. So today I'm going to show you how to stencil a t-shirt like this. Now there are many different ways to stencil a t-shirt and my way is just one of them, but it's the way that I have the most experience with. I used to stencil t-shirts all the time in high school. Now this design that I'm showing you today is so easy to do, but you can get more difficult with more intricate designs, even photos in a way, and I've experimented with this in the past. In fact, here are a few of the shirts that I've made over the last, I don't know, 10-15 years. Yeah, I had a bit of an emo phase in high school. Wrote a lot of dark poetry. Anyways, let's get started.
Supplies: a t-shirt or whatever you're stenciling on. I recommend cotton. Some multi-purpose spray adhesive. Acrylic paint in the color of your choosing. Textile medium. Some thick paper. I like using notebook dividers. Paintbrush, X-Acto knife, and some aluminum foil. First, you're going to take the plastic bit off of the notebook divider. Other paper will work, just make sure it's not too thick that it won't fit in your printer. Now make sure you center it in your printer's tray because it might not print out correctly otherwise. This might take some trial and error. But it worked for me. Once you've printed out your design, you're going to use your X-Acto knife to cut it out. Remember, the stencil is what's on the outside. The part that you've printed, the black part, that is not your stencil. So if you mess up, cut towards that and not the white end. This will get trickier the more intricate your design is. Next, use a spray adhesive on your stencil so that you can temporarily bond it to your fabric. Now make sure you're using the temporary bond, not permanent bond, so you're going to let it dry for about a few minutes before you place it on your shirt. Also, you probably shouldn't do this right on top of your shirt even though you have some paper towels, because I've definitely ruined shirts by using too much spray adhesive. It's kind of goopy and not fun. Then you need to mix your acrylic paint with your textile medium to turn it into fabric paint. One thing to note, make sure that you don't put your shirt in the dryer. That will ruin it. Washing machine's okay, but hang dry. So the ratio is 50-50 on the textile medium and acrylic paint, and make sure to mix it together very good. Then take your aluminum foil and place it in between the shirt, because if you don't, the paint will bleed through. This is a very important step. Don't skip it. Then place your stencil on your shirt. I actually ran out of spray adhesive, so I ended up using double-sided tape, which, because this was such a simple design, actually worked. Next, you're going to start painting. Now, be careful along the edges because you can bleed the paint through and underneath if you're not careful. I didn't do too bad of a job despite the fact that I was just using double-sided tape. So if your design's very simple and there's a lot of straight lines, that might be an alternative option, but this is the only time I've ever used tape. Most of my designs are a bit more delicate. Then slowly remove the stencil, and there you go. Awesome.
And there you go. Stenciled t-shirt. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them, and if you stencil something, I want to see pictures of what you did. This is actually for one of my many Halloween costumes this year. If you recognize it. Can you guess? Do you know? Do you know who I am? Goodbye.